That's the most stupidest thing I've heard. They literally keep only the retirement information of federal employees in some mine somewhere.
Was this found out and like posted all over social media?
Yes, it's like a big thing now. We even have like video of the mine now, and it's like
Bruh.
it looks like just the average. It looks like the back rooms actually, which is really funny.
Bro just said the back rooms is
It's
crazy.
literally just the back rooms, but for federal employees. It's so dumb, and it's not like all of their information is paper. It's only retirement information, which makes it look really fishy. Like, what else are they holding down there? For all we know, there's like some crazy military secrets down there.
That's wild.
Anyway, there's no computers down there, so. But yeah, that's why the Department of Efficiency exists. Oh, and apparently Obama tried to modernize that cave before, and he spent $100 million, but nothing happened. So where did that money disappear to?
Great
So
question.
it's like a whole rabbit hole. And then obviously, like, have you heard about the protests that Democrats are having about Doge looking into the Department of Treasury?
Doge?
Yeah, Department of Government Efficiency.
Oh, at first I thought you were talking about Doge, like the freaking.
The meme, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, is trying to look into the Department of Treasury, and then Democrats of all people are protesting it. And I'm talking like Chucky Boy Schumer, if you know who that is.
I have no clue, bro. You think I keep up with anything politics? Huh?
Okay. Chucky Boy Schumer is like the Democrats of Democrats, like one of the most corrupt people you could ever see out of the Democratic Party. It's crazy.
Okay.
So, they're protesting saying like, oh, Elon Musk has access to your bank account. He can withdraw all your money as if he needs to. He's a billionaire. Why does he want to steal your money from your bank account? Plus, apparently the head of the Department of Treasury had an interview with Fox and said they only have read-only for their audits. They have no access to alter any form of information. They can only give that information to the executive office, which gives it to us, so that we can edit stuff. But they have no access to that. So they're basically, Democrats are pushing a false agenda, trying to say like...
Oh, pushing a false agenda, that's nothing new.
They're trying to steal your bank account information and steal your money. As if they need to. They're billionaires. Why would they do that? They don't need more money. Dude, that's not how they make money. At that point, just steal tax dollars.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people do that.
Like, yeah, but that's the Democrats. Trump has no reason to steal that. He's lost money being a president.
Oh yeah, no. I don't mean that. I meant people in general steal taxpayer dollars. All the time. Like, people with, like... I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think certain... I don't know. I think certain things need to be seriously reevaluated, as in where our tax money gets paid to.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
I see.
So, anyway, the Democrats are protesting Department of Treasury audit, and it's the most funniest thing because in the Department of Treasury, it shows like a bunch of, like receipts of where the government's been spending their money. But everything is redacted. There is no like sender and no receiver on anything. And it's like, what? Why would you do that? This almost says that you want to cover up some, government waste of money. Oh, also, Trump redacted an electrical vehicle, money thing. So basically, they were giving money to build electrical chargers, right, for vehicles.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is going to hurt Elon Musk. So people saying that, like, oh, Trump's trying to benefit Elon Musk makes no sense because he's literally actively hurting him too. But Elon Musk doesn't really care too much about that because he's actually trying to make the government more efficient. So, anyway, but he redacted that amount of money because do you know how much money they were spending on a single port? Not like a full-on charger, but just a port on a charger.
I don't know, bro.
For an electric vehicle. How much money?
I have no clue, dude.
21 million.
Damn.
For a port on a charger.
That's pretty high.
That's, dude, those things are worth like 10 grand.
I wonder if this is still a meme weapon.
Did you hear that, bro?
Yeah, those
It's
things
like
are expensive.
10 grand for one of those. Like, there's no way it costs 21 million to make a port on a charger. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, also, there's been like rumors about how much the government's paying for airline companies, and it's like they pay for their hand soap on the planes, and they spend like $200 per like ounce of soap, as if that's how much it costs. They're spending like donor blood amount of money on soap. It's like the most stupidest thing you'll ever hear. Anyway, yeah, government efficiency is very important to me, and I think it's kind of funny when you have absolute waste like that. Like, Rimuru would never, bro.
Rimuru would never, I'm weak.
Bro, Rimuru makes positive profit on the Labyrinth. Like, he literally had one person build the entire thing. And just gave her a royalty. Bro, Rimuru is the ultimate capitalist. What do you think about that?
This is true. This is true.
He paid Ramirez. Bro, and you know that his country has no currency, right?
They just use, what, the gold stuff, right? What's it called?
No. They use point system.
What, like credit?
Yeah, like, so every day that you work, depending on how difficult of a job you did, you get a specific amount of credits. And they're all, like, punch card credits.
So it's literally credit card.
Yeah,
Or literally debit.
It's weird. It's a weird system. It's meritocracy. So, like, everything's based off of merit. And it's not, like, actual currency. And then you can go to, like, the country's, like, lunch area, and then, you can, like, buy specific food. And, Rimuru always gets the best food, because, you know, he's Rimuru. He also doesn't earn any points because he's Rimuru. He just has infinite points.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's literally
He could
Rimuru.
crash the entire merit economy if he felt like it. But he doesn't, because he couldn't care less. He didn't even know that this existed. Like, they literally made this for him. I think Raphael created it for him. But he had no idea what Raphael was up to. So, and it's really funny. And you'll see it in the manga. Like, they got to that chapter where it's like merit is buying everything. So, it's really weird, but it's kind of cool, and I think it's hilarious. Rimuru would never waste money. Raphael would never either.
Raphael seems like a capitalist, bro. CEO of capitalism.
No. I think Raphael's American. No, CL and Raphael are American.
And you dare say that. I'm just disappointed that you dare say that freaking Velzard is Chinese. No, dude.
No, Velgrind.
Velgrind is Chinese. No, dude.
He's Chinese.
Where?
Literally, Eastern Empire is modeled after the Chinese dynasty. And she dresses as a... She has yellow eyes, by the way.
Don't all true dragons have yellow eyes except... Wait, even Rimuru has yellow eyes.
Yes, but Rimuru is young.
Okay, but anyways. Like, in all seriousness, like, all jokes aside, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, Chinese girls don't have that bunda. They don't have that gyat. They do not have that gyat, bro. Not like that. I don't mean that in a racist way, but they don't, like... A majority of the Chinese demographic just...
0.000000001% of Chinese women. That's what Velgrind is.
The demographic of Chinese women that would have a figure like that is way lower than whatever number you just listed. On top of that, even if they would have the shot, even if they had the size and bubbliness, just the shape, the features do not exist there.
Crazy on that art, by the way.
Huh?
Mitsuko went too crazy on that art, by the way.
I wouldn't say too crazy. I would say not crazy enough. I would say not crazy enough. Not crazy enough.
Okay, what about Testarossa? She looks Russian.
Testarossa does look like she has a European type body, because you know how Europeans are curvaceous and such. Like, there are quite curvaceous Europeans. But friend looks legit Latina.
Yeah, but her skin color is not.
Bro, there's pale Latinas. Look at Regina.
No, I actually have a pale Latinas at work. So.
Yeah, and also
my
look at...
boss really likes me, apparently. Okay. I want to explain this to you because this is crazy, right? So,
Yeah.
who's my supervisor? Who do you think it is?
Your dad?
My dad. Do you know who I send my timesheet to?
Who? Your dad?
Co-owner of the freaking company.
Okay.
He lives in LA. He has thousands of sites, and I send him my timesheet.
Copy.
Crazy, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway, they pay me for my lunch, even though the site doesn't necessarily say for the they don't pay them to pay me for my lunch. They just pay me for my lunch anyway.
Why?
I don't know. They don't really care, bro.
They're built diff?
They're just built in, bro. They overpay me all the time, and I'm all here for it, bro.
Fair enough. Just make sure that there's, like, nothing going to bite you in the rear for that. Because sometimes that's
Not
enough.
really, because they never told me, because, apparently someone told my dad that they don't pay for lunch, but, I just put an extra half an hour for it, and they just pay me for it anyway. I don't know. I still put my hours and everything, right? And I always, either make it on time and leave on time, so I'll know, bro. Whatever. It's code 4.
I see.
I'm not trying to take advantage of the company. It's just, they are overpaying me, so... Well, I actually have no idea, realistically, if they're supposed to pay me for lunch or not.
Fair enough, because some do, some don't.
And also, I had to negotiate for the 25 an hour. He agreed, so code 4. And he apparently really likes me, because apparently he calls the sites every so often, and, talks with, big higher-ups, and they say that I'm doing good, apparently.
Damn.
So,
Didn't you only start working for, how long now?
it's been a couple weeks.
I see.
Yeah, I didn't tell you because I thought, maybe, I might, leave anyway. So, But now I'm liking it here, so I told you.
Okay.
That's what, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I need a couple of bucks, to get some college textbooks or whatever, bro.
Fair enough.
Those things are pricey, spring. And I don't get any tax deductions on that, which is very wonderful. Oh, also, since I get paid so little, in the eyes of the government, they don't even take taxes out of my paycheck.
Damn.
Because I only work 1 or 2 days.
Lucky you, bro.
I know. I make pure profit because, I got parents and I live with them. Code 4.
Yeah, that sounds pretty code 4.
So I do treat my parents to some good food, some fish and chips and whatnot.
Okay, Rimuru.
So Rimuru is peak character and he's always going to be my number 1. And there's so many reasons for that. He's such a capitalist in Volume 9. It's crazy. Him being mischievous and coming up with all these strategies to make money. How is that not just absolute peak?
Fair enough.
Okay, they didn't do it justice in the anime. That little speech he had with Mjolnir, or that conversation he had with Mjolnir, right before they built the labyrinth. That was the entire volume, by the way. That was the whole thing. It was just conversations about how to make money and make pure profit. And I'm yo, I'm all here for that.
That was an entire volume?
Basically. At least half of the volume was just making money. Capitalism. That's why, and then obviously, Rimuru fighting Veldor and Belgard, it's Veldor's mind got taken over. And now Rimuru is facing 2 true dragons alone as a demon lord. That's, crazy feat. It's been hyped up that true dragons are these absolute monstrosities, and that demon lords are, weak goofballs. Even true awakened demon lords are like squishy marshmallows in comparison to a true dragon. And Rimuru takes on 2 of them by him freaking self, and then Diablo's in the background just chewing on some popcorn. Like, the Eastern Empire invasion is happening right then and there. He just couldn't care less. He's watching Rimuru beat up 2 true dragons.
I see. Isn't
That's
that
my
when
favorite
Rimuru is
thing.
hella strong? Like, is Rimuru hella strong at this point, or how does he lock in and do that?
I mean, like, the whole scene is crazy. So,
Is it a skill issue? Like, what is it? Is he smart?
let me explain the lore real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Veldora's mind is taken over, but before that happens, he separates his connection to Rimuru.
Yeah, he
So
separates his soul
all the
corridor, right?
that Rimuru has, because of Veldora, is technically gone. So this is just his raw strength.
All the what now that he has because of Eldora is gone?
He can't spawn in Veldora. He can't use Tempest magic and all that kind of stuff. Like, he can't use anything that Veldora has. He's been cut off from his Dragon Factor.
I see. Doesn't he himself have a Dragon Factor, though?
Not yet. He's still only a Demon Lord.
So you're saying end of Season 2 Rimuru can do that?
Huh?
End of Season 2 Rimuru can beat 2 True Dragons.
Two dragons, yeah.
End of Season 2.
End of Season 2. So, whatever Veldora and Velgrin scaled to pre-evolution are what Rimuru is as a freaking Demon Lord.
I see.
Well, okay, so Raphael starts freaking out, like, how am I supposed to take on the brute force of 2 true dragons, right? She's like, you know how she, Great Sage was freaking out when Rimuru was like, what should I have done when Shion died? Like, should I have made friends with humans? And then was like, cannot comprehend, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
She kind of, like, freaking out because Rimuru was depressed. And that was only Great Sage. But now Raphael, the one who's supposed to answer all of Rimuru's questions, cannot answer anything that he's asking her. How are we supposed to defeat this threat and everything? And she's losing her marbles. Rimuru's just an absolute Chad, just vibing there. As if nothing's happening right in front of his face.
So Rimuru's not... So Veldora isn't currently the strongest Tempest member, then, in Season 3?
I mean, I guess no. Well, he is, but Rimuru has potential to surpass him.
I see. Like, did Rimuru get any stronger at that point in the story, or not really?
Huh?
Is the Rimuru at that point in the story any stronger, or not really?
No, well, end of Season 3 Rimuru would be the fair point, because he has Secrets of Faith and Grace. Though, I don't really know how much he's actually utilizing it.
Well, no, like...
Secrets of Faith and Grace allows you to use your followers as a calculating, like, machine. So, like, if you have, like, magic that you want to cast, you can near insta-cast it by using your, like, chant annulment already exists. You can even expedite that process by distributing the calculations among all of your subordinates, and then granting you to use, like, crazy magic.
I see.
Like Sanctuary Disintegration.
Okay.
So, but, I don't really know how much that plays as a factor, because he rarely uses Uriel, so he doesn't use any faith-based attacks. So he doesn't care too much about faith stats. So, plus he already has Food Chain, which already buffs him based off of the soul corridors of through his followers and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't necessarily need Faith and Grace. Okay, so then end of Season 2 Rimuru, like, there's only one feat that he has, and this is just because Beelzebub. It hasn't been buffed at all. It's literally just the same skill. It apparently ignores space. So, it's stated exactly like that in the light novel. Rimuru shoots out Beelzebub, it will instantly go to wherever he feels like. It ignores space. It doesn't ignore time, so it can't, like, go back into the past and eat somebody. But, like, it can go throughout all of space and then end up wherever he feels like. because there was this moment. It's hard to explain, but like somebody nearly gets sniped, and I mean like sniped with a bullet, which is kind of funny. And Rimmer just eats the bullet out of the thin air, even though he couldn't physically have arrived fast enough to stop that bullet. He can just Beelzebub and gone. And that's why Rimmer was able to take on the brunt of Belt Slash, because that's like an MFTL attack. She comes at him, right, Hinata? And he stops her with Beelzebub. Because Beelzebub is faster than, massively faster than light.
So it's basically like hit scan, basically.
It's
in the game.
instant.
Yeah,
It
instant.
goes wherever he feels like. It literally has instant transmission.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the only feat that we get in between. In the manga, this feat actually appears, but it just says it doesn't word it the same way that the light novel does. So, it's kind of like a bit more iffy. But if you read the light novel, it literally says ignore space. It just goes wherever he feels like he goes. He doesn't have to calculate it or anything, so it's as fast as he can comprehend. It's because he feels instincts. That's like the whole idea behind it. Anyway, sorry, that was a long-winded explanation. So, Rimmer takes on 2 true dragons. He does actually use Uriel, but that's when he obtains CL, I think. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, so Raphael's freaking out. Veldora and Valgrind are, absolute units still. They're trying to beat up Rimuru. Both of them are attacking him at the exact same time. So, and then Raphael's freaking out, and Rimuru's like, I don't remember how he quotes what the quote is, but he's just like, I thank you for being my partner. Because I think he believed he was going to die. I don't know why. No, actually, I don't think, I can't remember it anymore, man. I think he thought he was going to possibly die, so he wanted to commemorate all of the things that he has been through with Raphael, and he calls her his partner and all this kind of stuff, and then says, "I thank you, CL," and then she gets named, and then she evolves, and then she uses Uriel, traps Valgrind, and then Rimuru uses Absorb and Dissolve, something that it's an intrinsic skill within the slime race, because Beelzebub apparently isn't capable of interacting with Veldora.
Okay.
It's too weak to do it, to do anything. You can take energy from him, but it's not enough to devour his flesh. And
didn't he devour his flesh in season 1, episode 1?
No, and that was episode 2. No, he devoured Unlimited Imprisonment alongside Veldora. He did not hurt Veldora at all during that process.
Could he have? If he wanted to, could he have just eaten Veldora and just eaten him?
No, of course not.
Why not?
How is he going to do that with a unique skill against a being with an ultimate nature? He can't interact with him anyway.
So how did Veldora not just resist when, even though Veldora wanted to get eaten, how did Veldora let himself get eaten?
He didn't really have a choice because he was within Unlimited Imprisonment. Unlimited Imprisonment doesn't really care about all that kind of stuff, since it's only a unique skill, but it can affect ultimate users. It's a really weird logic, but basically he just ate Unlimited Imprisonment, and Veldora just happened to be inside of it.
I see. So if you were to put, Feldway, I know that Feldway could easily, escape Unlimited Imprisonment, but say he's just in Unlimited Imprisonment just because he wants to be. Does that mean that, Season 1 Rimuru negs?
It's not negs. Rimuru's stomach is too weak within Season 1.
To hold...
He would just get ripped out of.
I see.
He would be imploded from the inside out.
By what?
By just sheer power. The same way that Maline can collapse the entire world, the same way you can collapse Rimuru's stomach. It's just a world system skill.
I see.
It's if you can overpower Rimuru, basically. You can bypass it.
I see.
Plus, I mean, So if you can break out of unlimited imprisonment, you should be able to break out of Rimmer's stomach.
I see. Only in season 1 Rimuru, though, right?
Yeah, once it becomes Beelzebub, I still think if you can break out of unlimited imprisonment, you have a chance to, like, at least teleport outside of Rimmer's stomach. But then once it becomes imaginary space, yeah, you're cooked if you get put in there. There's no single person that we know of who can escape imaginary space.
Why doesn't Rimuru just put Feldway in there?
Because he has to get in close and then eat him with Void God Azathoth.
I thought that you have to, like...
It's an AoE ability. No, never mind. He could just shove him in there if he felt like it.
Well, not only that, can't he just ignore space and time and everything? Or not time, but can't he just ignore space and...
He should be able to put him in there.
Then why doesn't he?
But, like, he hasn't done it yet. He got Chronos Saltation before he could do anything. Literally, the way he starts his fight with Michael is placing him inside of imaginary space.
So he negatived?
Yeah, he literally could have just left that Michael in there and then just let him do whatever. Because he can't escape it. Since imaginary space is like an endless void, capable of housing up infinite multiverses at an infinite, like, dimensional capacity. Like, it literally has imaginary or infinite potential, basically. It could do whatever Rimmer wants to do.
Fucking
Like,
eggs.
It's literally just an infinite not even expanding. It's just an infinite space that he can do whatever he wants with. And there is no interaction allowed from outside without Rimmer's permission. It's like Ramirez's Labyrinth, kind of, but even stronger than that, since it surpasses Intrinsics. It's a god skill.
What if Rimuru dies? What happens to the individuals inside imaginary space?
They are just stuck there. Nobody is going to get them out of there. They're stuck.
But I thought that when Rimuru died, Veldora just, like, came out and started...
Yeah, but that's because it's a weaker stomach. Veldora breaks out of unlimited imprisonment and then breaks out of Rimmer's stomach because Rimmer is dead.
How does he break out of unlimited imprisonment, though?
Because of sheer willpower of someone dying. It's the same logic as if a human experienced, like, all of their friends dying in front of them and then evolved.
So Veldora basically, like, powered up when Rimuru died?
Yeah, he felt so, like, actually, I think he felt betrayed and depressed that Rimmer died. He became Feldway, basically.
How did he feel betrayed? Rimmeru's
dead. Rimmer made him a promise that he was going to get him out of there and that they would be able to live life together. But now that promise doesn't exist. He's not necessarily feeling betrayed by Rimmer, but by, like, fate or something of that nature.
Fair enough.
Like, depressed because of it, and then just powered up through it, and then shredded everything, and then started killing everybody he could.
So almost like a rage boost?
Down.
Huh?
Yeah, Velgrin still puts him down. He still gets killed by Velgrin.
I see.
And he's Dragon Factor's absorbed, I'm pretty sure.
So how did why is Velgrin so weak? I mean, why is Veldora still weak at that point?
Because he has no skill at all, like, at that point.
He doesn't have his...
He's been, passively reading manga in Rimmer's brain.
Yeah.
Basically.
So that's what I was going to say, the Veldora art.
Doesn't have any technique. Like, Velgrind and Velzard have much more techniques when it comes to, like, suppressing their aura. Like, why do you think they don't need to explode their aura like Veldora does?
Well, one, because don't they have significantly less?
Significantly less, but still, they have more control over it. Even if they had Veldora's amount of aura, they would still be able to suppress it.
I see.
They just know how to control it better than he does.
Why are they so much better than him at, like, everything?
Well, I don't know. They've been resetting his personality for millennia. He loses a lot of, like, his grip whenever that happens on reality. He becomes more crazy.
Wasn't their intention to make him less crazy?
No, that's what their goal is, but they've just been making him even more crazier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Giving him PTSD whenever he sees his sisters.
I see.
Like, literally, they're just torturing that poor guy. Thinking that it's going to make him all better. Well, it is Velzard who's really killing him, per se. Velgrand only kills him, like, whenever she feels threatened by him.
How would she feel threatened by him if he's so much weaker?
When he starts, like, threatening to, like, kill a bunch of people in the Eastern Empire, then it's like, I can't really let that slide dead.
I see. Do they, like, one-shot him? Like, what do they do to him?
Yeah, they just, like, donut him or something. I don't really know. It's not really described, but probably just, like, one-shot donut.
What's the greater power gap?
Not, like, it's a massive power gap. That's why Velgrand is, like, really cocky when she sees Feldora. She's like, oh, I'm going to be able to... She smashes through the floors of the labyrinth like it's butter. Like,
Wait.
She doesn't even care. And Veldora states he can only destroy a couple of levels of the floor by himself. Like, maybe... I think it's, like, maybe 2 to 3 levels on the floor. Floors on the labyrinth he can destroy. But she could just melt it through 15 without even trying.
I thought that... What's it called? Wait, so... Is Veldora Raw stronger than her, or no? Like, at that point where he has the Veldora arts, and he's competing with her, and he gives her a fight. And she's like, I can't believe him like I used to.
You know, he has better attack potency.
So then how come he can't just break floors easily?
No, she has better attack potency. He has better, like, AoE. He has destructive capability, she has attack potency. It's specific stats in versus battle.
I see.
So it's like she concentrates her power because of cardinal acceleration, which she has, which is a part of her, like, true dragon magic.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal acceleration, and it allows her to use energy of acceleration infinitely to be able to launch attacks that can do infinite damage eventually. Like, she has to charge it up for a long time.
I see.
So, and she just melted through 15 floors like it was nothing because she charged up that attack, jumps into the labyrinth, boom, the whole thing's gone. She threatened to destroy the entire labyrinth if Eldora didn't come out to play. Like, she said it that way.
So she's a fucking bully.
Like,
holy
okay.
Shit. She's a bully.
Oh yeah, she bullied him. She was bullying him.
I thought that she was supposed to be the nice sister.
Yeah, she is, but, like, she's under mind control. She's not thinking right. She's just doing whatever she feels like doing.
She's under mind control. Like, when she's under mind control, does that mean that she's, like, not herself at all? Or does that mean that she's just...
She has some sense of self. But she's under ultimate dominion. So they are allowed to have some level of, like, themselves, but they still have, like, Michael, like, directly, like, using them and working through them.
I see.
So, and then Feldora starts actually, like, because he has probability manipulation, so he says that her attacks could potentially kill him, but because of probability manipulation, most of them barely, like, skim him.
I see.
So he's not, like, really taking too much damage. And she's, like, consistently hitting, like, critical hits because, you know, probability manipulation.
Is it like Chosen One?
It's probably weaker. Well, it's probably as potent as Chosen One is. But Chosen One, when it becomes King of Heroes, is probably like a god skill level of probability manipulation.
I see.
Yeah, because Chosen One is at the ultimate level as a unique skill. Like, it can buff up Masayuki to be capable of killing someone with, like, a weaker ultimate skill. But so he could probably kill, like, someone with, like, a lesser god skill with King of Heroes, which is pretty busted. So that's why King of Heroes is probably one of the best ultimate skills that you can get. I would actually really want to see Masayuki make it into a god skill, if that would be possible, because, like, then it's going to be one of the most powerful skills in all of Slime.
Isn't it already one of the most powerful skills in all of Slime?
Yeah, that would make it even stronger. It might even obtain nihilistic collapse, which would be funny.
Actually, I got one for you.
Yo.
If Masayuki had Nihilistic Collapse, would he be like the most OP character ever? Because, you know,
Yeah, he would
100%
always
luck.
land the hit. He'd be able to perfectly control it and everything, yeah.
Yeah, he would like. Wouldn't he be unstoppable?
Yeah, probably.
Who would win, Rimuru with his plot armor, or Masayuki with Nihilistic Collapse? Because Rimuru is Rimuru. He's the main character.
Okay, but like you have to consider Rimuru has so many different abilities that he can just use. I still think Rimuru wins.
High diff or neg diff?
Probably negative because
Against
and
Masayuki.
probably Rimuru too. Because like let's be reasonable here. Rimuru has the ability to create abilities, right?
Then how come he doesn't just give himself chosen one?
Yeah, but he can't. Seemingly, he can't create abilities that already exist. He has to create all new ones. And also,
Just call it something else, like he did with Beelzebubs.
No, he copied that skill, and that was with Raphael. It was just a copy of the ability, and then he got it back.
Let's see. Why does he rename it then?
Because it becomes technically a different skill, but also the same skill. Very weird.
Why doesn't he just do that with King of Heroes?
It's not a perfect copy, that's why. But it has all the same attributes. It's like Eagle can do that with your own abilities if you have like that. And that was a very random case. See, even Raphael, why didn't she just copy Usurper? And why didn't she just copy Mathematician, right? So like that Hinata had. Those are only unique skills, right? But she couldn't. She's not allowed to copy any of those abilities. Do you know what she did instead?
What?
She copied the abilities within those skills. So Mathematician allows Hinata to basically predict the future, like calculate the future, right? You saw that. She was like predicting all Rimur's attacks and everything. Rimuru couldn't see past her feints because they were as if calculating at the same level as Raphael. So, but obviously it wasn't. Well, actually, it was more at the level of Great Sage, but it was enough to like make Rimuru scared and still get hurt to an extent. He wouldn't have died to it because ultimate skills. But what did Raphael do instead? She copied the concept behind the calculating of the future, and Rimuru obtained future attack prediction.
Why doesn't she just do that with King of Heroes? Just copy the concept.
She copied a lot of other abilities.
Actually, real question. Why are ultimate skills better when people who can do that, why don't they just make them have the same abilities as the ultimate skills? But with just not being an ultimate skill.
Wait, what? Repeat that.
Like, why doesn't they just make a skill that's like, oh, we bypass anything and do everything perfectly, but I'm going to make it a normal skill, code for it.
I still think Vow is limiting what you can do. I think Vow limits creative freedom.
I see.
Because it's even with so it doesn't seem that Lord of Harvest is. Give me the N-word pass real quick.
N-word pass?
Yeah, give it.
Go ahead, take it.
Dub nigger off.
Okay. Isn't that an ability though? So it's code 4.
Yeah, it is, but you keep it code 4. It's double code 4 for that ability. It doesn't actually allow Rimmer to create abilities, even though that's what it states it does. From what I can tell, what it does is it allows Rimuru to awaken abilities within people who are capable of awakening abilities. And Rimmer's soul has already reached his limit, so he's not capable of awakening any more skills. So he has to rely on his subordinates.
Why doesn't he just make a skill that gives him infinite soul capacity?
That doesn't seem like that's possible, because there's no skills that can, like, alter that.
Also, another question. You know how you say Vow is this and that, making limits, but suspended world users are outside of Vow. Why doesn't he just say, yo, Vow, fuck yourself. Suspended world. Boom, I can make whatever, anything that I want. Boom, I'll make my soul capacity
No.
infinite and code 4.
Maybe they can, but only within Suspended World, and then once they leave Suspended World, then Val limits them again.
Why don't they just say, yo, Val, I'm going to defy you in Suspended World and make an ability.
Think about it like this. Val is basically an extension of God Nava.
Yeah. And?
So, it probably still, like, limits them within Suspended World, but it removes